Shown here is a screenshot of our Gantt chart for Team 365, last updated on November 6th, 2022. As we work, we've been updating our Gantt chart. So far, we have just added the date of the final demo. We're not really sure if it's going to be on a Monday or Tuesday for our specific team. We've added that to our Gantt chart, and so far we are currently on track. We are simultaneously working on running final tests for certain parts of the robot, for example, the color sensors and the walking, but we are also in the ideate phases for other parts, such as the mechanism for identifying and picking up the object. We've identified two different ways that we could pick up the object. The first one is a claw, and the second one is a forklift. We are right now deciding which would be easier to build and more feasible, considering the available sensors that we have left. As of right now, we are leaning towards the forklift and having it sit vertically on the front of the robot and using a conveyor belt that moves up and down to lift the object. Once it arrives at the top, the forklift will hit a pressure sensor or the touch sensor to determine how much weight was and how much force was needed to lift the object up, which will then output a weight to determine what the object is. Since our last update, we have added multiple different things to our robot. For example, we've added the color sensors, and they are fully coded and working, so our robot is able to follow a line, any type of line, solid, broken, dotted, all of the above, and it is also able to self-correct, which is great. As we continue to work, we will be making improvements to it as it does kind of hop a little bit. We're a little worried about that. However, our color sensors are close enough to the ground that the robot doesn't just hop over the line. We were having some issues with that previously, but we rewrote our code and now it is working.
For every row out on the top, something is not built that way. And the fact that we're being able to pull this together.
As shown in our last video, the eyes, the ultrasonic sensor is also on it and it is fully functional now. We did update that and we rewrote the code for that as well. So this is fully functional. Another modification that we would like to make, we're still working on exactly how we would do this, but we want to change our legs a little bit. We really like our 6 legs because we found that it's worked really well as opposed to 4 and 8 that we also tried in the very early phases of testing. We like the 6 legs, however, the bottom parts, they're made out of these axles, these pegs, and we're not sure how stable that is going to be. So we are thinking about replacing at least the bottom part with something bigger, just adding something so it almost has feet, so it will be able to walk, be more stable, because we're also afraid that once we add the lifting mechanism on the front that it might tip over. We have some flexibility with the EV3 brick. Our EV3 brick, we're able to move around easily to kind of balance out the weight, but we're also worried because our robot is so high off of the ground that it may tip over. However, we like that our robot is high enough because we know that it's going to have to walk over uneven terrain, and as shown in our last update, our robot is able to do that. And so we're just hoping that by adding feet, it's even more stable. As of right now, we are happy with our progress. We're a little bit concerned as I will be out of town for the next 2 weekends, but we have plans to go to the EV3 garage, and we're continuing to meet twice a week at our convenience anytime we can, just to update each other on how the robot is going. We communicate via text, and we've been sending videos and pictures back and forth of all of our work, all of our ideas, so just really bouncing off each other. Although we're not able to meet in person, all 4 of us at the same time, we are using our phones, using texting to really kind of communicate to each other what we're thinking, and we're able to build off of our ideas that way.